dwarf's house is very tiny. It is built of rough stones and logs and niched into a hillside in the depths of the Great Wood. It has but one room, 2 windows and a half door. Along one side of the room are ranged 7 little beds of different sizes. On the other is a stone fireplace for cooking and a rustic pump with a barrel under its spout to catch the water. In the middle of the stone floor stands a low table with 7 places laid for supper. A single candle on the table lights the room. Through the window we see the forest, dim in moonlight. Presently, the little brown bird flies past and perches on a branch just outside, still calling Snow White to follow him. They have come a long way, and she is very tired and hungry. But as she sees the little house and realizes at last where the brown bird was leading her, she runs up and peeps in through the window.
Oh, was it toward this light you were leading me, brown bird? Why, it's a little house. Are you flying away now? Please let me thank you first. See, I blow you a kiss. He's gone. Perhaps birds don't like kisses. Their faces are so sharp. Goodbye, little friend.
She looks cautiously through the window into the house.
What a queer little room. 7 beds, and all so small. There must be lots of children in the family. Nobody with so many children could be wicked. May I come in?
As there is no answer, she knocks at the door and opens it a crack.
Please, good people, may I come in to rest? Just for a moment. I'm lost in the forest.
Still no answer. She creeps into the room and looks about.
Nobody at home. But they couldn't mind if I sat down. Just a minute. Oh, there is the children's supper, all laid out. I'm so hungry. If I took just a bit, only a tiny bit, from each place, I'm sure they couldn't be angry.
She goes to the table, and as she nibbles a morsel at each place, she sings to herself.
A sip of water from this cup of porridge, just one tiny sup. I'll take this little knife to spread, a corner of the next one's bread, and borrow this wee fork to break, a morsel from this barley cake. I'll take one cherry from these 4, but not a single mouthful more. No, not a single mouthful more. Nobody could begrudge me that, but I'd like to do something to pay for my supper.
She looks about.
There's plenty to be done. It isn't at all a tidy house.
She yawns, and then shaking herself.
Wake up, Snow White. You mustn't get sleepy yet. Not till the people come home.
But she cannot quite stifle another yawn.
There's a broom. Suppose I sweep a little.
She begins to sweep, but the broom raises such a cloud of dust that, coughing, she has to stop at once.
Dear me, that only makes things worse. This floor needs a good scrubbing. I might make up the beds.
She goes to the biggest bed, but she is so tired that she sits down on it a moment before beginning.
This one looks as if it hadn't been made up for years and years and years. I wonder if it's as humpy to lie on as it is to sit on.
She lies down to try it.
Oh, it's small. It's humpy and bumpy and bumpy and humpy and...
Her voice trails away into silence. She has fallen asleep. For a time all is quiet in the little room. Then from far underground is a sound of distant knocking. It comes nearer till it sounds just under the house. Finally, a great stone slab in the floor is pushed up slowly, and from an underground passage that leads from the house into the deep mines, 6 of the 7 dwarfs clamber up into sight. Their names are Blick, Flick, Glick, Snick, Plick, and Whick. They are very small, the tallest hardly above your waist, but they are extremely old, and their beards are long and grey. Each carries a lighted lantern and a pickaxe, and bears a heavy sack over his shoulder. As soon as the last one has climbed into the room, they form in line, with Blick, the eldest, at the head.
Now, brothers, evening roll call. Blick. Here. Flick.
Here.
Glick.
Here.
Snick.
Here.
Plick.
Here.
Quick.
Here.
Quee. been stealing again. Whatever shall we do with that boy?
All the dwarfs sigh and hang their heads with shame at Quee's conduct. But Blick goes on.
Well, brothers, what results of today's work? Half a ton of gold nuggets for mine.
He takes a handful of enormous nuggets from his sack. The others also exhibit their treasures as they name them.
100 weight of silver dust.
50 pounds of diamonds.
A bushel of rubies.
A gallon of emeralds.
A peck of opals.
Fair, fair. But we ought to work longer hours.
Yes, what's the good of coming home except to sleep?
And have supper.
Oh, that supper.
I know, it's wretched. If we cook at night, it's too hot to eat. If we cook it in the morning, it's cold and dusty by night. But what else can we do?
And I'd rather sleep underground than in those beds.
So would we.
I know, they haven't been made in 12 years. But it doesn't pay to take time from digging diamonds to make beds. So what can we do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
But if we didn't come home to supper, we wouldn't have to wash.
Oh, brothers, washing is a duty. Hush, I think I hear Quee.
They all cock their heads sidewise like robins and listen.
Yes, that's Quee. He has been stealing again. We must scold him soundly.
It never does any good.
But we must bring him up in the way he should go. He is the youngest of us. He's only 99 next April. Clear away and ready for him.
They pile their sacks in a corner and squat on the floor in a semicircle, with Blick, like a presiding judge, in the center. Quee creeps up stealthily through the underground passage. He is much the smallest, but grey-bearded like the rest. As he faces his brothers, one finger creeps into his mouth. Blick greets him sternly.
Quee, you are late again.
Quee nods.
Been stealing as usual, I suppose?
Quee nods, shaking their fingers at him reprovingly.
Oh.
You know it's wrong.
Very, very wrong.
Quee nods.
Did anybody catch you at it?
Quee shakes his head.
That's good, as far as it goes.
Did you get me a mousetrap?
Quee nods.
And my candles.
Quee nods.
And a pin?
Quee nods.
I'm glad of that. I've never seen a pin.
Of course, you understand, Quee, that stealing is a sin, and that your conduct makes us very sad.
Very, very sad.
Will you promise to reform and never, never steal again?
Wait. Give him the list of things to get tomorrow first.
Dear me, I almost forgot. Quee, tie a string around your finger to remember by. Now, what do you all want?
A chain, a plane, a weather vane.
A hat, a mat, a pussy cat.
A pound of brass.
A pane of glass.
A crock, a lock, an 8-day clock.
A can, a pan, a pobbly fan.
A tack, a sack, an almanac.
A can of soup.
A chain coop.
A map. A cap. A snappy trap.
A pole, a bowl, a baker's roll.
A rake, a cake, a pound of steak.
Peck of meal.
A pickled eel.
A slate. A flint. A 10-pound weight.
That's all for tomorrow. But remember, young man, if it's a sin to steal a pin, how much worse it must be to steal a 10-pound weight. You appreciate that?
Quee nods sadly.
Brothers, we shall have to correct him again tomorrow night. He is incorrigible.
Incorrigible.
Now for the evening washing. Get the basin, Quee.
Glad that his daily scolding is over, Quee runs cheerfully and fetches a basin of water, a big sponge, and a towel.
No flinching now, brothers. Line up. Right faces.
They all, except Quee, stand close together and thrust their faces over one another's shoulders with eyes closed. Running down the line, Quee washes all their right cheeks with one long sweep of his sponge.
Reverse.
They all turn and face in the opposite direction, and Quee, running up the line, all their other cheeks.
Right faces.
With a single sweep of his towel, Quee now dries all their right cheeks, and when Blick commands,
Reverse.
he dries the opposite sides in the same neat and speedy way, and the evening washing is finished.
There. That's over for another 24 hours.
Thank goodness.
Oh, come. It's quick and comparatively painless. Only Quee gets dirtier and dirtier every year.
But somebody must do it.
He's the youngest.
It's his duty.
Nevertheless, he's a disgrace to the family.
Quee bows his head in shame.
I'm glad that you realize it at least.
And now, supper.
Supper. No hurry, it's been getting cold ever since breakfast.
With lagging steps, they march to the table and are about to eat when Blick starts back in surprise.
I say, someone's been drinking from my cup.
Someone has eaten my porridge up.
And used my brand new knife to spread a monstrous corner of Quee's bread.
Someone has used my fork.
To break a quarter off my barley cake.
One cherry's missing from my four.
And goodness gracious, how much more?
They gaze at each other in amazement.
Brothers, there must be robbers in the house.
Or pirates.
Or burglars.
Probably burglars. If so, they are under the beds. Burglars always are. Hush. Let every man look under his own bed.
Each dwarf creeps to his bed and peers cautiously under it. Then, one after the other, they rise, shaking their heads and saying,
Nobody under my bed.
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 Blick is the last to rise. But as he does so, he sees Snow White and cries in a tense whisper,
There's something in it. Look, brothers.
In wonder, the dwarfs creep about Blick's bed, and holding their lanterns high, gaze down upon the sleeping Snow White. An
Ah!
of admiration breaks from their lips.
What is it?
I know. It's a child.
No, it's a girl. I saw one once.
Well, girl or child, it's the most beautiful thing I ever saw.
Or I? Is it tame? Or will it fly away like a bird when it wakes up?
I've heard that children are quite tame. And they can talk.
Oh. I tell you, this isn't a child. It's a girl. I don't think girls can talk.
They all heave a sigh of disappointment.
I wish she'd stay with us just so that we could look at her.
She won't.
Why not?
Of course she won't. Are we handsome? We're young. We're tall. In fact, aren't we dwarfs?
They all hang their heads.
But if we didn't tell her that.
Flick, I wonder at you. Besides, she might find it out.
She's beautifully white and clean. Look, she's had the broom. She's been trying to sweep.
I can't bear to think of her leaving us.
None of us can.
I'm going to stay up all night just to watch her.
Do you think there's any way we can persuade her to stay?
I'm afraid not.
Even if we laid presents on her bed?
What kind of presents? Gold and diamonds?
Oh, not common things like that. Really valuable things like my jackknife.
Oh, things like that. It might, but I'm afraid not.
We might try anyhow. Let each man give the most valuable thing he has in the world.
Blick collects the gifts. Each dwarf names his present lovingly as he takes it from his pocket.
My thimble.
My almanac.
My empty bottle.
And my pet frog.
Laying the gifts gently on the foot of Snow White's bed.
There, that may help. But no, it's no use, brothers. There's Quee.
Yes, there's
very
we. We might hide him?
She'd be sure to find him sooner or later.
He might reform.
But we could never pretend he wasn't dirty. He hasn't been washed for 50 years.
With a sudden inspiration.
Brothers, why not wash him now?
We
We will.
Flip, you're a genius. But it must be done at once, or he won't be dry by morning. Get the utensils. Here's the pump to douse him with.
Here are suds to souse him with.
Here's the sponge to sop him with.
Here's the broom to mop him with.
Here's the soap to scrub him with.
Here's the cloth to rub him with.
They surround Queenie, who stands abashed, his finger in his mouth.
Queen, you are going to be
Washed! They carry him to the barrel, plump him in with a great splash, and pump on him. Then, as they scrub and rub and soap and stir him about in the water, they chant in chorus.
Here's the pump to douse him with.
Here are suds to souse him with.
Here's the sponge to sop him with.
Here's the broom to mop him with.
Here's the soap to scrub him with.
Here's the cloth to rub him with. Rub,
Scrub,
Mop,
Sop,
Souse.
Douse.
rub.
scrub.
mop.
sop.
Souse.
Douse.
In their excitement, they forgot to be as quiet as they had meant to be, and Snow White stirs in her sleep. Then she wakes and sits up.
Where is this? Oh, there are the children that live here. Why, they're not children. They have long beards. They're queer old men. They'll never let me stay with them. But I must tell them I'm here.
She rises and, standing by the bed, says shyly,
I beg your pardon.
The dwarfs turn suddenly with a little curtsy.
I'm sorry if I have disturbed you, but I was lost in the forest, and when I saw your house, I was so tired and hungry that I came in and took a little food, without asking. Then I'm afraid I fell asleep.
She waits for an answer, but the dwarfs gaze at her in silence, so she falters on.
I'd pay for it, but I haven't any money. So all I can do is to say thank you and good night.
She moves reluctantly to the door. The dwarfs sigh deeply. She turns for a farewell curtsy.
Thank you very much.
She half shuts the door behind her, then reopens it to repeat.
Good night.
There is no answer, except another heavy sigh from the dwarfs. With sudden pity, she bursts out.
Oh, you're not dumb, are you?
No, we're not dumb, but you're a girl, aren't you?
Yes, I'm a girl.
And young?
I'm not very old.
We don't know how to talk to young people.
Well, most grown people begin. Why, how you grow. And usually the next thing is, how do you like your school?
How you've grown.
How do you like your school?
Smiling, but a little embarrassed.
Well, perhaps it is a little late for conversation. It's long past bedtime, isn't it?
Long past.
There are 6 of you and 7 beds, aren't there?
Hastily putting the cover on the barrel.
Yes, there are 7 beds.
Oh, before I go, perhaps I ought to tidy the one I slept in. I didn't tumble it much.
She goes to the bed.
What are these things on it?
She starts back.
Oh, what's a frog? It's alive.
He was my frog. He's perfectly tame.
What a funny thing to put on a bed.
Edging toward her eagerly.
They were meant to be presents.
Presents? Is it Christmas here?
We don't know. We don't know what Christmas is.
Oh, somebody's birthday?
No, it's nobody's birthday.
Then I don't see.
They were meant to be presents for you.
For me?
We were afraid you wouldn't like them.
I knew you wouldn't like them.
But I do like them. Do you mean that you're not angry with me? That you don't dislike me so very much?
Dislike you.
We think you're the most wonderful thing we've ever seen.
Oh, you darlings! Oh, I beg your pardon. Perhaps that wasn't respectful.
Nobody ever called us darlings before, so we don't know.
But it sounds nice.
And you wouldn't mind if I should stay tonight? Only just tonight?
We wouldn't mind if you should stay forever, only just forever.
Forever?
Oh, will you?
Oh, will you let me? Please let me live with you. I could be so useful.
But our housekeeping.
That's just how I could be useful. I can cook and sew and sweep and brew and make beds and, oh, lots of things.
Will you excuse us a moment, please?
He calls the dwarfs together and whispers to them.
I hear right? Did she say she would stay?
She did.
Whatever shall we say?
We don't know.
Turning again to Snow White.
Could you tell us what it's usual to say when you're so glad that it almost bursts you?
Would hip hip hooray do?
It sounds right. Hip, hip, hurrah.
Hip, hip, hurrah!
Then, deciding that it does fit their feelings, they shout in a joyous outburst,
Hip, hip, hurrah!
clapping her hands.
Oh, please may I say hip hip hooray too? I am so glad and grateful.
Hip, hip, hurrah!
But, oh, you may not want me when I tell you who I am. It may be dangerous.
Do you steal?
No, not so bad as that. My name is Snow White.
It sounds extremely clean.
This morning I was a princess.
She sits on Blick's bed to tell her story. She is growing drowsy again.
What's a princess?
Why, the daughter of a king and queen. My stepmother is Queen Brangoma. She hates me so much that I am afraid there must be something horrid about me. But I am sure Prince Florimond did not like me. Oh,
She sinks back onto the bed and her eyes close. The dwarfs put their fingers to their lips. Then she revives a little and murmurs,
for a year and a day. Oh, what was I saying? I'm so sleepy. Please, mayn't I tell you tomorrow night? All I can think of now is good night.
Good night, Snow White.
Good night.
Good night, Snow White.
Good night.
Good night, Snow White.
Good.
there is a silence.
Brothers, she's asleep, but she'll stay. She'll stay.
Hip, hip, hurrah! I'm so happy I'm sad.
Wiping away a tear with his long beard.
I'm so happy. It's making me cry. We're all so happy.
They all wipe their eyes with their beards.
We mustn't wake her. Not a sound now. We'll be quietest in bed.
Each dwarf creeps toward his bed.
She's in my bed. Well, I'll take Flex.
He moves to the next bed, jumps in, and pulls the clothes over his head. Dwarfs always sleep with the bedclothes over their heads. Of course, each of the others has to move up one bed. As they pop in, one after another, and cover their heads, they cry,
I'll take Glicks.
I'll take Snicks.
I'll take clicks.
I'll take Wicks.
I'll take Queeze.
sitting up suddenly.
Brothers, we've forgotten Quee.
They all sit bolt upright. Then in a whisper they call, Quee! The cover of the water barrel is pushed up, and Quee's head appears. He is very wet, but washed as clean and pink as a new doll.
Quee, she'll stay, but you'll have to sleep in the barrel.
Hip hip, hurrah! He disappears again into the barrel, and the curtain falls. End of scene 3. Scene 4 of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs by Jesse Graham White. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Scene 4. Where the Witch Lives. Witch Hex lives in a queer, dark place, somewhat like a cavern, with walls of soft black moss. Yet it can't be underground, for looking out through the single entrance that serves for both door and window, you can see the moon, very big and low, and always shining day or night. A great fire blazes in the middle of the floor, and over it stands a boiling cauldron. Against the wall is a large chest, carved with strange signs, in which the witch keeps her magic things. Curled up asleep by the washes his face carefully, round and round with his paw. He feels hungry, so he rubs his stomach. But as that doesn't do much good, he looks about for something to eat. A large tin with holes bored in the cover stands on the chest, and he remembers seeing his mistress sprinkle something from this over her food. So he lies down on his back luxuriously, and, licking his chops, takes the tin in both hind paws and shakes it vigorously over his open mouth. But suddenly, with an enormous yowl, he leaps into the air, coughing, blinking, sneezing, and mewing all at once. What he found was the witch's pepper pot. The pepper makes him feel extremely lively, and now he spies a loose end of yarn dangling from an old spinning wheel that stands in a dark corner. He bounds to it and pats the swinging end to and fro. But the wool catches one of his sharp claws, and he cannot throw it off. He rolls on the ground to break it, but the yarn is strong and only binds him round and round. Now he is frightened and begins to run and whirl and spring into the air. But with every moment the thread, unwinding from the wheel, wraps him closer and closer. And the more he spins and turns and somersaults head over heels, the more tangled he gets, till at last he cannot move a paw or even swing his indignant tail, and lies on his back a helpless, mewing bundle. Fortunately, at this moment there is a shadow across the moon, and Witch Hex flies home, riding on her broomstick, a basket on her arm. The witch, alighting and setting her broomstick away.
There. Glad to be home at last. Where is Queen Brangomar? I thought she'd be here before me with Snow White's heart. I had to go halfway to the moon for the other ingredients for that magic hair restorer, but I've got them all safe in my basket. Where is that lazy-bones cat of mine? Fiddle, fiddle, fiddle.
The only answer is a faint mew from something like a huge ball of yarn in the corner. The witch examines it and then breaks into a laugh.
Well, Fiddle, whatever have you been up to now? Oh ho, playing with my spinning wheel. Well, you are a snarl. Wait, I'll unwind you.
She seizes one end of the yarn and winds it into a ball, but so quickly that poor Fiddle, at the other end, spins and whirls and revolves like a top as she unwinds him, and the witch laughs at his antics until the tears stream down her withered old cheeks. When he is free, Fiddle has to sit in a corner and hold his head in both paws for dizziness. But, picking up her basket, the witch says,
Now come here and help me mix that magic hair restorer. We must do all the other ingredients together before Brangomar comes.
The witch and Fiddle dance round and round the cauldron in a mystic circle. And as Hex throws the various things she has collected into the boiling broom, she sings.
A hair from the tail of a ridecock horse, a lace from the old woman's shoe, a bit of the tuffet of little Miss Muffet, the blast of the little boy blue, a tear of the kittens who lost all their mittens when they began to cry, a sniff from Miss Mary when she was contrary, the plum from Jack Horner's pie, a slice of green cheese from the man in the moon, the tails of the three blind mice, a bone from the cupboard of old Mother Hubbard, and little girl's sugar and spice, a tick from the clock of Hickory Dock, the tails of the sheep of Bo Peep, the eye of the fly that saw Cock Robin die, and the ba from the black sheep.
When she has finished the mixture, the witch sniffs the steam from the cauldron, and then sips a little of the brew from the ladle.
Tastes good, and hot enough. Yes, the ladle is red hot. Now that's all except the heart. Fiddle, set the kettle to cool.
Fiddle takes the cauldron from over the fire and sets it in the corner.
It's chilly.
She tucks up her skirts and sits down comfortably on the blazing fire.
Ah, that feels good. Nothing to do now but wait for Snow White's heart
shall see what you shall see. A beautiful head of long, wavy hair. Ah, here's Brangamar at last.
Queen Brangamar enters. Fiddle bows low to her.
Sorry to be late, dear Hexie, but Berthold never returned till morning, and then I had to see personally to having him locked up in the Grey Tower. He made a frightful fuss, but I was afraid to trust him.
Did he bring the heart?
Yes, here it is. Oh, how I hated that child.
Hair restorer's just ready for it. Help me up. Don't like to sit on the fire too long. I dozed off the other day and boiled over. Now the heart.
She takes it and hobbles to the cauldron.
Receipt says that when I add this, the brew will turn beautiful pink. Then I dip in my head and presto! Long, lovely hair. Now wish.
She drops the heart into the cauldron, which steams vigorously, dancing with delight.
See it steam.
But it's turning green, not pink.
So it is. Still, there can't be any mistake. I was most careful. Well, here goes for a handsome head of hair. You'll hardly know me when you see me again.
She dips her head 3 times into the steaming cauldron and then raises it proudly.
How's that? Pretty fine, eh?
Surely something has sprouted on the witch's bald pate. The queen looks carefully and then bursts into a peal of laughter, and Fiddle, holding his sides, rolls on the ground in mirth.
What are you laughing at? Feels very thick and curly. Stop that cackling.
Oh, my dear Hex! You have a head full of pigtails.
Pigtails? Nonsense. It's short and curly.
Not pigtails, Hexie. Your head is covered with the little white curly tails of pigs.
She feels the growth carefully.
By hopscotch, they are pig's tails. Stop laughing. If the joke's on anybody, it's on you. Instead of a human heart, your precious huntsman has brought back the heart of a pig. And Miss Snow White is alive this moment. Ha ha for you.
What? Snow White alive?
If these are pig's tails, that was a pig's heart. Ask your magic mirror if Snow White's not alive.
Seizing the mirror which hangs from her girdle,
Mirror, mirror, in my hand, who's the fairest in the land?
You who hold me in your hand, you were fairest in the land, but today I answer true. Snow White is more fair than you.
Snow White alive?
she starts to dash the mirror to the ground. Seizing it,
Be careful with that mirror, I tell you. Mirror, mirror, truly tell, where doth Princess Snow White dwell?
Mid the ancient forest dells, with the 7 dwarfs she dwells.
You see, your deceitful huntsman has let Snow White escape and brought back a pig's heart to fool us with. Snow White has found the house of the 7 dwarfs, and there you are, my merry lady.
The 7 dwarfs? Who are they?
Rather nice little men. Sort of gnomes. Live all alone. Never saw them myself.
wrapping her cloak about her.
Where do they live?
Oh ho! Intend to deal with Snow White yourself this time, do you?
Where do they live?
The usual way is about 20 miles over the mountains. But there's a shortcut through my backyard. Less than a mile away.
Give me a knife or a dagger, quickly.
What? Walk into the dwarf's house, knife in hand, and crown on your head like that? I'd sooner dance into a hornet's nest. Really, Brangamar, if I were you, I'd swap brains with the grasshopper.
But what shall I do? She's alive. She's more beautiful than I. My heart will burn itself out of my body like a live coal. Tell me some way.
Dearie me, have I got to plan it all out for you again? You're a nuisance.
How? How?
There's only one safe way.
Yes?
First, I must transform you into a different looking person altogether.
And then?
And then give you some means of disposing of Snow White that the dwarves can't trace back to you. Fiddle, fetch me the deadly poison things.
Ah, poison. Yes, that's it.
Fiddle fetches an odd examining.
Almost none left. A pair of poisoned slippers, no use. Poison pipe, no. Oh, here. The best thing in the box. The poisoned apple. Beautiful, isn't it? Only the red side is poisoned. The white side is perfectly good. If you want to tempt anybody, eat the white side yourself. But the least bite of the red side, and down they drop like a tombstone. But no, you're not clever enough to be trusted with that. Here we are. The poisoned comb. The very thing.
Let me see it. She seizes the jeweled comb.
Put that in Snow White's hair. Let it stay there while you count to 100. And that's all over with her. It doesn't work instantly like the apple, but it's much safer with a stupid person like you.
How my fingers itch to set this in her black hair. Now, what disguise?
Disguise? Oh, yes. Fiddle, bring me the transformation mixtures.
Fiddle brings from the chest 3 odd-shaped bottles. One filled with green, one with purple, and one with orange liquid.
Are these all? My entire stock of magic's running out. Lucky I'm going to retire from business next year.
Attempting to seize a bottle. Let me see.
Don't snatch. Wretched manners. I'll read the labels. 5 drops before breakfast. Well, I declare I've written out the doses most carefully, but totally forgotten what they change people into. But that's easily remedied. A drop of each in the cauldron, and you'll see for yourself. Now watch.
She reads one. She pours a few drops from the green bottle into the cauldron. Instantly, a cloud of steam rises, and in the steam, dimly at first, and then quite clearly, appears the figure of an old and wrinkled hag in threadbare garments. On one arm, she carries a large basket filled with ribbons, laces, needles, thread, and such articles.
I remember. The old peddler woman disguise. Just the thing. You could pretend to be selling Snow White the comb. But let's see what the others are anyhow.
She pours some drops from the purple bottle into the cauldron. The image of the peddler woman vanishes. In its place appears the figure of a small naked baby.
Oh, the baby. I used that once myself. Caught an awful cold, too. Useless for you. Now how about this orange mixture?
She pours from the orange bottle. This time the image is that of a stout, jovial, red-faced man. He wears an apron and has a green patch over one eye. Balanced on his head he carries a tray full of various sorts of pies.
That's the one-eyed pieman. Good, but not as good as the peddler woman for your purpose.
What is a pieman?
Man who sells pies, stupid. What did you suppose? But a pieman wouldn't be selling combs. Peddler woman it is. Green bottle. Dose 1 tablespoonful with peppermint after. Haven't got any peppermint, but that was only to take away the taste.
She produces a spoon and uncorks the bottle. Is the taste very bad?
Vile. Really one of the nastiest tastes I've ever made. Open your mouth.
Is being transformed painful?
No, but unpleasant. Feels as though you were being turned inside out like a glove. Open your mouth.
I think on the whole I'll wait till tomorrow. You see, I have an important tea party at court this afternoon, and
Oh ho, cowardly, cowardly custard. Here, Fiddle, here's sport for you. Get the black mantle.
from the chest, Fiddle whisks a large black cloth embroidered with strange-looking symbols, and advances toward the queen. What is he going to do?
Wrap you up so you can't scratch while I pour this down your throat.
But I'm not ready. I must go home first. She makes a dash for the door, but Fiddle is before her. Then begins a lively chase about the cave. The queen running and dodging, Fiddle following and trying to throw the black mantle over her head. The witch enjoys it all, hugely, crying, "Run, Brandamar! Catch her, Fiddle!" and slapping her old knees with delight till she is quite out of breath. At last, Fiddle succeeds in cornering Queen Brandamar and throws the mantle over her head.
Well done, Fiddle, well done. Trip her up and sit on her.
Fiddle does so. The witch witch also sits down on the squirming queen, and humming happily to herself, pours out a tablespoonful of the green mixture.
Now where is her mouth?
I won't take it, I won't.
Oh, there it is. Thank you, Brangamar.
She pours the dose through the cloth into the queen's mouth, and as the queen writhes, she goes on.
I know it tastes bad, but nothing to make such a fuss about.
Suddenly, she holds up a warning finger.
I feel her changing. Do you?
Fiddle nods.
Done. Up with her, off with the mantle. Let's see the result.
Fiddle draws off the mantle. Lo, the queen has been transformed into the likeness of the old peddler woman, just as it appeared in the steam, basket of goods and all.
Splendid. Wouldn't recognize you myself, Brangamar. Hope you haven't lost the poison comb. No, here it is in your hand. Now, it wasn't half as bad as you thought it would be, was it?
It was awful. Why, is this my voice?
Of course. Different voice with every disguise.
I'm all cramps, too. How do I change back?
Dear me, luckily you thought to ask. I might have forgotten. Just say, peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold, peas porridge in the pot, 9 days old. But say it backwards, like this. Old days 9, pot in the porridge peas, cold porridge peas, hot porridge peas. That turns you right side out again.
I must remember. Let me see. Old days 9.
But the witch claps her hand over Brangamar's mouth.
Gracious woman, don't say it yet. We'd have to do this all over again. Really, you are the most senseless... Oh, be off with you. I've had quite enough of you for one day.
Now for Snow White. Oh, Hex, once I set this in her hair and see her lying dead, dead before my own eyes,
Don't forget to count to 100.
it will be the happiest moment of my life.
Nasty disposition.
Going to the door.
You shan't escape me this time, my little beauty. You have no soft-hearted Berthold to deal with now, but Brangomar, her very self.
And off she strides toward the house of the 7 dwarfs. Left alone with Fiddle, the witch goes to the blazing fire and again sits down upon it thoughtfully.
Poor little Snow White. I'm afraid her goose is cooked this time. I'm really sorry for her. I don't bear her any ill will in spite of my pig's tails. Fiddle, bring my mirror.
Fiddle brings the mirror, and Witch Hex studies her new appearance carefully.
Oh, not so bad after all. They're quite becoming. Sure to keep their curl in the dampest weather, and certainly the very latest thing.
The curtain falls. End of scene 4. Scene 5 of Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs by Jesse Graham White. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Scene 5. In the house of the 7 dwarfs. The room is the same as before, but quite transformed by Snow White's housekeeping. It shines with cleanness. There are white coverlets on all the beds, curtains at the window, and flowers on the windowsill. Snow White's silver dress has been carefully put away, and she wears a little frock made of squirrel skins and trimmed with bright leaves. It is early in the morning, and the dwarfs are just starting off for the day's work. Each carries a neat little basket of luncheon, which Snow White has put up, and each wears a bright bow tie which she has made for them. They are so proud of these ties that they have parted their beards over their shoulders to show them. Snow White has just finished tying Quee's bow. She pats it into shape, kisses him, and says,
There, off you go.
Couldn't you please give us all another kiss?
No, indeed.
Just one.
Not
You see, none of us ever, should I say ate or tasted a kiss till you came. So perhaps we are a little eager about them.
I should say you were. Why, you're perfect children about kisses and games.
That comes of our being dwarfs. You see, no dwarf is ever born till he's 50. So, as we've never been young, we enjoy games all the more now.
Oh, I understand, you little old ass. But I still mustn't spoil you. And that reminds me, you're not to come home any more in the middle of the morning to play games. Tuesday you came back at 11, Wednesday at 10, and yesterday morning at 9. What sort of way to work is that?
I know, but
Now, not a moment before 5 today, because this is a secret. I'm going to make an enormous cake with sugar frosting for supper. Now, off with you.
well, brothers, ready. Today we go into the forest for firewood. March.
In their usual military file, the dwarfs march off into the forest. Snow White stands in the doorway, waving her hand after them till they are out of sight. Then, with a little sigh of content, she returns to the room.
Oh, I'm so happy here. I've never been so happy in all my life. Of course, I miss their maids of honor and the others, but the dwarfs are so funny and loving and kind.
She looks out of the window.
It's a beautiful day. I wonder if I shall ever see Prince Florimond again. Stop that, Snow White. You wonder about him much too often. Remember, you're not a princess anymore, only just a housekeeper to the 7 dwarfs. You must forget all about the other things. To work. Now for that cake.
She fetches the mixing bowl. As she does so, the little brown bird that guided her through the forest flies to the window, perches on the sill, and gives his call.
Ah, my little brown bird. Back again for your morning crumbs. Here they are.
She scatters the crumbs, but instead of eating them, the little bird breaks into full song.
Not hungry? Just come to sing for me? You dare.
The song is so merry that she dances a step or two.
Whenever you sing, brown bird, I feel like dancing. But I do need somebody to dance with. The dwarfs never can learn.
Just then she spies a big white butterfly that is fluttering gaily by the window.
Oh, there's a big white butterfly. I wonder if it would come and dance with me.
She runs to the open door and calls.
White butterfly, will you come and dance with Snow White? Oh, it's coming, it's coming. See, little brown bird, the butterfly is coming to dance with me.
And indeed, the butterfly does follow her into the room and flits about here and there, now just in her gloves, now high over her head. And Snow White, now pursuing it, now letting it follow her, does contrive a little romping dance with her new friend. And all the time the little brown bird sings lustily on the windowsill. Suddenly, the brown bird stops singing and flies away, and the white butterfly darts to the door and flutters up among the treetops.
Oh, don't stop, little bird. We want to go on. Where are you going, white butterfly? They're both flown away. They seem frightened.
She turns to see what has frightened them. The queen, disguised as the peddler woman, is leaning in at the window. Snow White's hand springs to her heart.
Oh, did I frighten you, dearie? No harm in an old peddler woman.
You did startle me.
So that's the way you pass your time in the forest, is it? Singing and dancing. What a thing it is to be rich.
But I'm not rich. I suppose I'm very poor now.
I've come a weary way. I'm that worn and footsore.
Oh, do come in. I'm so sorry.
Entering,
Thank you, dearie. I'll just bar the door behind me for fear of the rheumatic draughts. I've been wandering days and days in this forest and never met a soul to buy the least trinket of me.
I'm afraid I don't think a deserted forest is a very good place to sell things.
But you will buy some little thing, my pet. Some pretty little thing.
I'm awfully sorry, but
Don't any of my pretty things tempt you? And cheap? Really costs more to sell 'em than they're worth. Look, sweetheart. Here's ribbons and laces and gentlemen's braces, a feather as white as foam, a chain and a locket, a purse for your pocket, and oh, what a beautiful comb! Just see what a beautiful comb! Here's bangles and spangles, a bracelet with dangles, a necklace with beads from Rome, an outfit for cross-stitch, the egg of an ostrich. But oh, what a beautiful comb! That comb, a really magnificent comb. Here's powder and patches and lucifer matches, a motto with home sweet home, and trimmings for frockings and stockings with clockings, but nothing so fine as this comb. This comb, just look what a beautiful comb.
They're very attractive, but I've no money.
Now that's too bad, dearie. I don't hardly feel as if I could go without leaving some little thing behind me. Rather make you a present, so I would.
Oh, I couldn't take a present from you. I ought to be giving you something instead.
You gave me kind words and bid me in friendly. I'll tell you what, if you've no money, I'll make you a free gift, sweetheart.
I couldn't really.
I'm set on it, my lamb, set on it. Name your choice, and yours it shall be.
Well, since you're so very kind, I'll take that spool of thread.
Spool of thread, indeed. Would you mock a poor body? Now, what do you say to this comb?
That? Why, that's the finest thing you have.
Just why I give it to you, my dear, and the lovely it will look a-shining in your black hair.
Shrinking away.
No, no, I couldn't take anything so valuable.
Come, dearie, just let me put it in for you, and then if you don't like the look of it, well, I'll say no more and be on my way.
I should like to see how it looks. Just for fun.
That's my pet, that's my sweetheart. Now sit you down
Snow White sits on a stool.
and shut your eyes so you shan't peep till it's in. Are they shut?
Yes, tight shut.
Then here goes.
She puts the poisoned comb in Snow White's hair. For a moment, Snow White does not move. Then, with a little moan, she rises, swaying.
Oh, oh, my head. My head.
She tries to put her hand to her head, but suddenly she totters, falls in a heap on the floor, and lies quite still. The peddler woman watches her for a moment, then cries exultingly.
Aha! So, my dear stepdaughter, Queen Brangomar laughed after all. Now to count to 100 while the poison works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's that?
Steps are heard outside the little house. They come nearer. There is a knock at the door, and Blick's voice is heard.
Snow White, it's us, the dwarfs. Open the door.
The dwarfs! They'll tear me to pieces if they find me here. I must hide her. Where? Where?
She looks about for a place to hide Snow White, and seeing no other home, drags the big table over her and pulls the tablecloth down to hide her. Meantime, the dwarfs knock more and more impatiently.
Please open, Snow White. We haven't come back for games, honestly. We want to go down into the mines again.
The peddler woman crouches along the wall, looking for some means of escape.
Snow White!
Snow White!
Snow
White! Brothers, there's something wrong. The window.
The dwarfs run to the window and look in. They spy the crouching peddler woman. Realizing that she is caught and ducking and curtsying,
Oh, it's you, my little gentleman.
Open the door.
Yes, indeed, your honors. At once, your honors. 21, 22, 23, 24.
Quickly, I tell you.
Yes, your honors.
she throws the door open. The dwarfs rush in fiercely, their little knives drawn, and surround the peddler woman.
What are you doing here?
Where is Snow White?
Safe and sound, my little gentleman. But I've scarce breath to tell you. Just give me 30 seconds, or 31, or 32, or 33.
What are you mumbling?
I was passing with my basket of wares.
Blick makes a threatening gesture, and she hurries on with a little cry.
Just passing. When your sweet little lady calls me to step in.
Where is she now?
She stepped into the forest on an errand and bid me mind the house till she got back.
Errand? What errand?
How long has she been gone?
A matter of seconds, Your Honor. 50 seconds, maybe, or 51, or 52, or 53, or 54.
Well, you need stay no longer. Go.
Yes, Your Honors. Certainly, Your Honors.
She goes curtsing to the door, but turns to say,
Could you tell a poor peddling body how far it might be to the next town? Is it 55 miles now, or 56, or 57, or...
Be off, or we'll lay hands on you.
with a little scream, the peddler woman makes off. But as she passes the window, she is heard still counting.
58, 59, 60, 61...
Till her voice dies away in the distance.
Brothers, something's wrong. What errand could Snow White have in the forest?
And why didn't we meet her?
She'd never leave the house in her charge.
Unless she was frightened.
And ran away.
That's it.
She may be hiding in the forest now. Quick, brothers, go east, west, north, and I'll go south.
All the dwarfs rush out except Blick, who hesitates.
Yet it's not like Snow White to be frightened. I wonder...
Suddenly he spies something on the floor near the table. It is one of Snow White's slippers that came off when she fell, and which the peddler woman had overlooked.
What's that? Her slipper? Brothers, brothers, she is here. Here's her slipper. Search the house.
The dwarfs rush back into the room and begin to seek under the beds and behind the pump. But Flick pulls up the tablecloth and cries,
Look, here she is.
They move the table away and kneel about her in consternation.
She has fainted. Water.
Is she hurt?
Unlace her bodice.
It's loose. She's breathing faintly.
What's that in her hair?
A comb. She never wore it before. Out with it.
He draws the comb from Snow White's hair, but suddenly hurls it away, crying.
Ooh, burned my fingers.
Poisoned?
Look!
Snow White's eyelids flutter and she sighs.
See? Her eyes. She's coming too.
Oh, what happened?
Snow White.
I was talking with the old peddler woman.
Ah, the old woman.
And where is she? Why, there's the comb.
The comb?
She wanted to give it to me, and let her put it in my hair just to see how it looks, and then I must have fainted.
Brothers, that comb was poisoned.
She tried to poison our Snow White.
To poison me? Perhaps it may have been the comb, but you didn't. You saved me, didn't you, my dear brothers? I'm all alive again, and quite well. See?
She rises.
Brothers.
He draws his knife and the others follow his example.
Snick, you stay to guard Snow White. The rest follow me.
They hasten toward the door. Stopping them,
Where are you going?
To catch that peddler woman.
Oh, please don't. Why should she want to poison me? The only one who might want to harm me is Queen Brangomar.
Snow White, I believe that was Queen Brangomar.
Oh no, Brangomar is very beautiful.
But she knows magic. She may have disguised herself. Come, brothers.
barring the way.
Oh, please, please don't go. She might harm you.
Harm us. Let me go, Snow White.
Clinging to him,
No, no, listen. If that was Brangomar, she'll think I'm all dead now and won't try again. But if she finds out that I'm still alive, she might. Don't you see?
I see, but
Oh, I ask you, please.
it's not fair to ask us please.
But I do. I ask you, please, please, please.
as he sheathes his knife.
Well, this time. But brothers, we must guard our princess more carefully in the future.
Yes, indeed.
Snow White, promise that when we're away, you will keep the door barred and never let anyone in.
No matter who they are.
No matter what
absolutely. Cross my heart. Now let's forget all about such disagreeable things. I'll tell you, let's declare this morning a holiday,
Dancing with delight.
A holiday!
and we'll all play a game before you go back to the mines.
Hurrah!
Shall we play Blind Man's Buff, or Pass in the Corner, or Snap the Whip?
Blind man's buff, puss in the corner, and snap the whip.
All three? Well, Blind Man's Buff first.
Clear away. They clear the floor for games and begin with Blind Man's Bluff. The dwarfs always want Snow White to choose who shall be blindfolded. They never can agree among themselves. And she chooses Glick. Now, Glick is a very spry old fellow, and he nearly catches Wick on the very first dash. So nearly that Wick only escapes by crawling under a bed. Next, he corners Quee, but Quee is so small that he creeps out between Glick's legs. It is a long while before Glick can touch anybody else, and indeed he only catches Snick at last, because Snick trips over his own long beard and falls flat. Even then, it takes Glick some time to tell whom he has caught, for the dwarfs are all very much alike. But at last Glick feels a bump on Snick's bald head that came at least 125 years ago, when an enormous diamond fell on him in the mines, and has never gone away again. Next they play Puss in the Corner, and get so excited about it that they clamber all over the clean starched coverlets that Snow White had only just finished ironing. So she is relieved when the game is over. Finally comes Snap the Whip. They snap it so hard that when the line breaks, they all fall down, puffing and holding their old sides. And little Quee, their snapper, has to turn 4 complete somersaults before he can stop. No sooner have they got breath again than they all surround Snow White, dancing up and down and crying.
More, more, more.
But she shakes her head firmly.
Dear me, no. Remember, I have that cake to bake before supper. You really must go, and don't come back till 5.
Oh, please make it 4.
Or half past, anyhow.
No, 5. Not a moment sooner.
Well, brothers, march. And down they all file into the underground passage, leaving Snow White alone.
Hasn't this been a morning? I only got as far with that cake as the bowl. Now, first the flour.
She puts some flour in the bowl, and then suddenly remembers.
Gracious! I almost forgot my promise to bar the door.
She bars the door, but as she does so, she hears in the forest a distant sort of chanting song. It comes nearer.
What's that? Somebody singing? I was only just in time. Why, they're coming here.
You can hear the words of the chanting clearly now. They are,
Anybody want to buy any sort of baker's pie? Pies, 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 pies.
Oh, a baker man selling pies. Really, people do have the most curious idea about this forest.
the person coming is, as a matter of fact, Queen Brangamar in another disguise. She suspected that the dwarfs might take the comb from Snow White's hair before the poison had time to do its work. So she hastened back to the witch, who wasn't a bit glad to see her, and with a dose from the orange bottle transformed herself again, this time into the likeness of the one-eyed pieman. Then she, or I suppose I should say he, hastened back to the forest, and now, after spying about to make sure that the dwarfs are not near, has approached the house with a tray of pies on his head. The pieman, close behind the door now.
Anybody want to buy any sort of baker's pie? Pies, 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 pies.
He knocks at the door. Snow White does not answer. The pieman goes to the window and looks in.
Hello, didn't you hear me knock?
I'm sorry, but I can't let you in.
Oh, cooking, I see. Just ready to mix, eh? That's my line of business. Baker. Pies, all kinds. Pumpkin, custard, veal and ham, chocolate, lemon, squash and lamb, gooseberry, blueberry, peach and quince, chicken, coconut, apple, mince.
I really don't want any, thank you.
Of course not. No good cook would ever eat a baker's pie. And you are a good cook.
Well, I've had some experience.
I can tell that by the hitch of your apron. Now, my specialty is apple pies, and
Oh, please don't offer to give me one. I couldn't take it.
it was offering. I just wanted to ask your opinion.
I beg your pardon. Of course, I'll give you my opinion.
You know that old apple tree half a mile back? Do those apples make good pies?
I don't know.
They look splendid. Here's one I picked. It's as red and white as your face. If it is a good pie apple, I'll go back and get a sackful.
You can't tell from the looks, you know. Some are too sweet and some are too sour.
Well, taste and we'll compare opinions. You eat the red half and I'll eat the white.
He splits the apple in two and tosses the red half through the window into Snow White's apron. Catch.
Just right to me. Sweet and sour.
Snow White starts to taste her half, but then, with a faint suspicion, she sets it down and says,
Thank you, but I don't eat between meals.
What, temper touchy? Well, I don't blame you. Often feel like that myself on baking days. But this tastes to me like a prime pie apple. I advise you to get some. Look to your baking.